Hi, parents. Good evening. My name is Melissa Paurowski, and I teach the IB Analysis and Approaches Year 1. So that's kind of a mouthful. My other class is also a mouthful. Accelerated 2 is Geometry B and Algebra 2. So in Accelerated 2, we do the second half of Geometry and all of Algebra 2. So welcome to the MHS Open House. I wish I was in my classroom to be able to meet all of you, but just a tiny bit about me. This is my 17th year teaching. I'm so happy to be at Marietta. This is only my third year at Marietta, but I actually used to work for Mr. Ball when he was at Etowah High School. I was with him up there for about 8 years, and then I was just really excited to be able to join him here at Marietta and meet this whole wonderful community. So I'm so excited to be teaching the same classes again this year. I've got a lot of the same students, which is my favorite part. So it's just, even though it's been, a different start, it's been a great start because I'm back in the classroom, sort of, and I love that. It's the best job there is. So I'll just take you through the class a little bit, each class, and just fast forward if I'm not talking about your students' class. This is my schedule. So all of us teachers have morning office hours for the students, 7:30 to 8:30. We also have student office hours in the afternoon from 2 to 4:30. If a meeting or anything like that comes up, then I put it in Schoology for students to see and know that I'm in a meeting and I wouldn't be there for just a small portion of my office hours. And yep, so that is it for this slide. I do teach multiple sections of each class, so you can kind of see how that's spread out over the A day and the B day. I wanted to give you just a highlight of each class. So this is the IB class. And if you are an Accelerated 2 parent and you want to hear anything about this, it would be beneficial because your Accelerated 2 students are being prepared for this IB course. So this is the natural progression to the next course, if you're interested in hearing this. The grading percents on the syllabus, it's very basic, 50-50. Formative assessments are things like small quizzes, take-home assignments, any sort of, IB questions that I might give them to practice. That goes in the formative assessment category. And then summative assessments are IB assessments. All of the IB assessments are we use the IB unique questions, and they are also graded on the IB scale. Some other important points is that in our course, we will do the internal assessment in the spring of this course. The internal assessment is a paper. It's a math paper, which that doesn't really go together, but it does when it's IB. So it's called a math exploration paper. It's a big deal because it's 20% of their overall IB grade, not the grade for my course. They will get a grade on it that goes in the grade book, in the Aspen grade book, but it is 20% of their overall IB score. So it's a very important paper, and I walk them through the steps of writing the paper. They choose the topic, and then I'm allowed to offer them feedback one time. So we will work through that in the spring, and we'll go over a lot more of that when we get to second semester. The IB exam, they will not take the IB exam until the end of their second year. So they're in their first year right now. And in the end of their second year, they'll take their IB exam. And that's a written exam, just like a math test. Half of the exam is no calculator and half of the exam is calculator. So we do a lot of practice in my class of not using the calculator and using the calculator. Which brings me to, if they can get a TI 83 or 84 calculator, that's highly recommended, especially since they're an advanced level math course. They're going to use this the rest of high school and college. So it's a great investment, but there's also some free apps that they can get a calculator, Desmos and Calc 84, that I put in the syllabus, and I'd be happy to also show them where those are if they want to ask me about that. The last thing I wanted to mention is that practicing at home is super important. I do not check their homework. It would be very difficult to do that virtually anyway. But what I do expect is that they are completing at least parts of the homework that they maybe felt like they had questions on or that they need to practice, and then checking their answers. The homework answers are always posted on Schoology. But if they do not practice the content, they will not be successful on the IB assessments. The questions are very unique, they're very challenging, and if they do not understand the content well, then they will not do well on an IB assessment. So please encourage them to take advantage of office hours and if they don't understand homework questions. Accelerated 2 is the other class that I teach that I also love. I've been teaching this class for 8 years now, probably since this class was first created. But I love this class. The grading categories are a little bit different for this class, and that's because we are still planning on taking the end of course test in geometry. So we've got formative 40, summative 40, and the EOC is 20%. That's a state mandated 20%. We take the end of course test in December, and that is because that's when we finish geometry. So when we finish up geometry, we go ahead and we take the geometry EOC, and then we start Algebra 2 second semester. Again, it's extremely important that the Accelerated 2 students practice outside of class. I do not check their homework as either, but it is always assigned and the homework answers are always on Schoology. And again, if they don't practice, it will be difficult to complete the assessments because practice makes perfect. So it's just so important to not only understand what's going on in class and ask those questions, but then to try it by yourself at home and make sure that you feel comfortable working out the problems on your own. And again, office hours, I'm happy to help go over any homework. It's also a great way for me to get to know them when they hop on the office hours because I get, a little bit more of one-on-one time, so I love that. One thing I like to mention to Accelerated 2 parents, because usually the students are in 9th or 10th grade, and that is when you take a summative test, that's a unit test, that can replace a formative. So a formative is a quiz or just a take it out the door or something like that. And when you take your summative test, you can replace your lowest quiz grade. So I always go in and I take their summative test and I replace their lowest quiz. I've also started doing some take-home quizzes where I create them in Schoology and then I give them the option to do it whenever they would like. They can use their notes. I even told them that they could work together if they wanted to, but it's just great practice to get ready for the actual assessment. And they're worth very small amount of points. So it's not something that's going to really hurt them. It's only something that's going to help them. And I give them choices on which ones that they want to do. So ask them about that, have them show it to you in Schoology, because I think that's going to be something that is useful to them. I'm excited to be able to do it. I would also like to show you my Schoology page. This is what my Schoology page looks like when they get there. If they're in IB, they'll click on Vector. So today I actually only have office hours till 4 because I have a department meeting. And so this would be right here. This is the Zoom link for class. It's the very first thing they see. They click on this link for class, for office hours, all the same link. And if you continue to scroll down, then you will see course information, where the syllabus is located, and the topics. So right now we're currently in topic 1. And every single thing for topic 1 is here. So it is organized by day. I also post my notes completely filled out and the class recordings for that particular day of notes. And Accelerated 2, we got President Business, because this class is business serious, but it's fun too. And again, you'll see the Zoom link and you'll see the folders organized by units. Currently, we are in the circles unit, and the same organization is there for the unit. It's organized by day, filled in notes, and class recordings. If they're ever absent, they need to watch the class recording and practice the notes and jump on my office hours if they have any questions. Over here, you'll see what is coming up. So they have a test on Unit 1, September 2nd and September 3rd, and then they'll also see these take-home quizzes that they have the option to do. And finally, I would just love to invite you to share information with me about attending open house, or any other questions that you may have, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is on this very first slide. If you want to rewind back, I can answer email very quickly. This QR code will take you to a Google Doc where you can fill in your information, and I'll have that if I need to contact you or you need to contact me. So I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I so appreciate you watching this, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask any questions if you have them. So enjoy your evening.